Welcome to No Sag is Never Bored. Today I'm joined by
G.
All right, G, where are we at today?
We're at the Edmonton Home Garden Show.
All right, nothing says spring like the Edmonton Home Garden Show, even if we got a foot of snow like a day ago.
Right? At least we're passing by, we can, stop and smell the roses.
Right? All right, so it's the Home and Garden Show, so I guess we'll see like home decor stuff and renovation stuff and garden stuff and lots of stuff. I've never been here, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, I've never been here either, so let's have fun.
All right, let's go check it out. The Home and Garden Show is definitely a trade show, so that meant there was all sorts of different kinds of things. Right from the tractors to, you name it. Like there was guys selling solar kits for houses, sheds. Never seen so many water displays at a trade show, so that was kind of neat. You'll see some of those later. There was hot tubs, just all kinds of things, and people were selling hard, like pretty aggressive on some of the sales, but that's just to be expected at shows like this. All that art stuff that was there was kind of neat. They had some paint by numbers. You could learn to play pickleball, which was kind of entertaining, so we watched that for a few minutes. And I don't know if it'd be my game, but people seem to be enjoying it. Of course, they had food trucks, so I always got to stop and take a look, kind of like a dog, food motivated. But it was fun. They had the stage, but didn't really see anything going on while we were there. There's a little bit of garden stuff, but not a ton. But I really enjoyed this truck here, and the water display they had with it was really neat. And there were a few other neat displays scattered around, like the little canoe there just kind of gave me that vibe of I need to get out to the lake, so I'm glad spring's here and we're getting to that point. I had to check out the Mustang. That was really cool. And, well, it's a nice looking car, and I guess if you need a garage lift, it's there. And then G's always getting pulled into booths and taking a look and talking to people, which is nice for a guy like me who drinks way too much coffee, because it gives me opportunities to sneak away and run to the washroom, which is sometimes necessary. And yeah, there was just lots going on, like the Nate students building a shed and kind of seeing how some of that stuff works was just interesting little things to see that you might not really expect going to a show like this. And then, of course, G had to stop and check out the guy that was selling all the beard stuff. He had actually received an order from this company a couple days before, so he just wanted to stop and talk to the owner and tell him how much he liked the stuff. But if you're interested in this trade show, it usually happens the last weekend in March, and definitely worth checking out. Yeah. All right, so that was a quick look at the Home and Garden Show. What did you think, G?
Well, we didn't say much, but there's kind of some cool stuff. It depends on if you're renovating or whatever, but there's like a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah, there's a whole ton of stuff to see, like something for everyone. Like, I'm obviously not doing any renovating or anything, so like it was minimal for me, but I found some food and stuff, and like food will always capture my interest. So got myself some candied cod, which the sample I had was really good, so I'm kind of excited to try more of that.
I didn't really get anything here, but it was kind of cool seeing it for the first time, and it was a good adventure.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out, especially if you're doing like stuff around the house and stuff. And now that spring's almost here, I mean, like I said, we got a bunch of snow, but spring's almost here. People are going to want to start getting out and getting that kind of stuff done. So definitely a show worth checking out.
Yeah, well, it's done for this year, but look back in next year and come back and see it.
All right. So as always, remember, boredom is a choice.
Choose not to be bored.
Until the next adventure.